All right, y'all. What's going on? Just decided to jump on live kind of last minute because I was gonna get on. I had planned on getting on, but then I said, you know what, I got some stuff to do. So I was gonna put it off. But I said, let me go ahead and jump on here and talk for a little bit about last night's card. It didn't turn out to be too bad. I know there was a lot of cancellations and a lot of crazy replacements, last minute changes, but I think the prelims and the early prelims and the whole build up there, it was, it kind of satisfied me. There were some good fights, but some of them, of course, didn't live up to what it could have been. Of course, the main event, I was hoping for. Of course, I was going for Yuri, but I was hoping we would have had a little bit more of a scrap there. I mean, let me be real though. Alex, Yuri, I don't I don't think how many times they fight, however many times they fight, it's gonna always end up in the finish. And about 9 times out of 10, it's gonna wind up Alex getting knocked out. I mean, Alex scoring the knockout, right? Todd, what's going on? Hey, Todd said, man, that card was crazy. I didn't see Macy beating Winner Silva like that. Yeah, I was actually going for Macy. I was actually picking Macy to win the fight. I thought Silva was building up a nice momentum, but she just didn't really she didn't really have she didn't really know how to pace herself. That's what it was. Like Winter Silva kind of let out. I think she was looking for a finish, and you're not going to finish somebody that big. Winter Silva's moving up from 125 to 135, and Macy Chiasson, naturally, to me should be a featherweight. So she was able to take a lot of her shots. She was able to take a lot of shots from her. So it wasn't really something like Silva can just go in there and rip her apart in one round, right? She should have paced herself, and maybe she could have got a finish, somewhere down the stretch. James, what's up, man? He said, yeah, Alex got Yuri's number, unfortunately. I mean, yeah, it's true because Yuri, that hands down, it's not gonna that hands down style is not gonna work. I mean, being unorthodox, okay, that's fine, but when you continue to just come forward with your chin out, I mean, you open for a left hook, proof is in the first round, then you open for the head kick, proof and ending is in the second round, right? Yeah, I think Uncle Lev, that's probably his only test at light heavyweight. Yeah, Myra Winter Silva, her gas tank, man. I don't know. You know what? I don't even know if it's like really her gas tank. I think it might just be the way she overexerts herself, because if she slowed it down and picked her shots a little bit, wiser, because she throws with power on every single shot, kind of like Amanda Lemos. She throws with power on every single kick. She throws them leg kicks. She's throwing a lot of power. She's gone 3 rounds in the past. She's gone 3 rounds many times, and she's won fights. But the thing is, she's always trying to go for this finish. Like, she was throwing a lot of strikes. Like, I want to look at them strike numbers, man. Like, what was Winter Silva's strike numbers in this fight in that first round? Hold on, let's see if I can pull it up here. All right, let's see. Myra Winter Silva, that first round alone. Let me see. All right, total numbers were 66, which means she had to throw the majority of that in the first round. You got to think those were all like power shots too. Yeah, Alex. Yeah, he's way too technical, man. Yeah, that's what I was saying yesterday. Just too technical of a style. He has to fight somebody with technique also, and that has power. But yeah, real quick, I just want to look at the card again, man. Like, as a whole, it wasn't bad. If we go all the way back to the early prelims, some of the early prelim fights, they were okay. I like that Ricky Simon and Oliveira fight, that kicked the card off. And let's look at Michelle Waterson here real quick and Jillian Robertson. Yeah, I was rocking with Michelle, of course. I like Jillian, of course, too, but I thought Michelle might try to go out with a bang in this fight. I thought she might try to put it all on the line and, maybe do something big, but that's asking a lot. That's asking a lot for somebody who was on a 4-fight losing streak. And then when you look at the size, man, again, whenever I first saw them just meet in the center of the cage, man, I was like, whoa, okay, like Jillian Robertson, she's not like heavy and really thick, but you could see like the size difference here. Like she was really making Michelle look like an atom weight. And that right there just told me, okay, I think Michelle might have some issues here, because if Michelle is not jabbing and not using strikes, she's gonna like hands, she's gonna have some issues here. James said you think it could be mental nerves too that tire her out. I think so, man. Like, yeah, she don't really look relaxed. Like she starts a round off like she's ready to fight. It could be mental nerves, because mental can be more exhausting than physical. As long as your mind is in a fight, like, Valentina has said in the past, like, as long as your mind is in a fight and you're not mentally fatigued, you'll still be able to dig deep. That's why that's why she does the whole no water thing. See, it goes right back to proof for Valentina. See, I agree with her on that. Like, if you train hard and you use certain tactics like no water in training, that kind of tests your mental, and it builds up your mental endurance. See, for Valentina, that's one way of making her stronger, like fighting through the pain and, not trying to focus on satisfying her needs at the moment. Not saying Myra Buena Silva's in that, but, Myra Buena Silva is in a mode where it's like she seems a little antsy and she wants to finish the fight. She wants to impress the crowd that her nerves are kind of, shake, they're kind of rattled. So when she's going in there, she infinite shanking Macy to the body and so on. Marcus, what's up? Yeah, James said good for Michelle to hang it up before she messes up her looks. Oh yeah, man, definitely. Yeah, Michelle Waterson, definitely on the outside physically, she could pass, like I said, for a 28-year-old, but she's been around the game for a long time. And 38, a lot of wear and tear. The inside definitely says different. And yeah, when it came down to it, I had to say, BJ, yeah, I think G-Rob might get this fight. I hit him up. I said, G-Rob, she probably get this one, man. G-Rob, hold on one second. Oh, I'm back. Yeah, G-Rob, yeah, easy. What's up, easy? He said G-Rob destroyed Waterson. I mean, again, going back to the size, when you look at that size difference, Michelle just didn't really have a chance, man. Like, she wasn't going to get her respect. She didn't have the power. She didn't really, honestly, she didn't really have the IQ, to try to stick and move and try to land some good counters, even try to pile up, some combinations like Tabitha Ricci did. She spent more time trying to land long kicks, and kicks are going to be, kicks are going to be dangerous against G-Rob, man. Like, G-Rob going to catch one of them kicks and just take her down and rinse and repeat. And that's how it was, every single round, G-Rob just drowned her. And that's one credit I give Jillian full, I give her full credit for that. Like, her ground strikes, they are not, they're not them little feather dusters that you see some fighters throwing on the ground. Like, she's vicious on the ground with her hands. Like, I wish her stand-up power was like that, but it's more like when she gets you to the ground that she feels more confident in letting them fists connect, and yeah, she did some damage to that girl's face. I mean, that's one thing I can say, James, is that, yeah, she did some damage. Like, she did some damage to that face, man. Like, hopefully, I mean, not serious, but yeah, she definitely left looking like she had been in a street fight or something. Michelle did, Uh, Jillian's right hand was looking okay in this fight too. She was able to connect it every time Michelle would try to circle. She was able to line up that right hand. I was impressed with that. G-Rob just, yeah, she just destroyed the Waterson. He said Michelle's not even fast anymore. If she still had her speed, she would have a shot all the time, though. Yeah, yeah, if she had speed, maybe, but I still think it really came down to her using her timing and maybe her hands. Because even without speed, I think if she would have used more strikes up top, punches, maybe she would have been able to do a little bit better and just line up kicks because Jillian's always in a position to try to take you down and grab a kick. She knows how to grab them kicks. Last few fighters she fought, they paid for that. James, you said size might have played a factor, but not a big one. I think it did. I think it definitely did. I think size was a factor in this fight. I think Michelle just didn't really know how to control somebody that size, now that she is getting older and slower. I think Jillian moving down, she's definitely shown that she's stronger at this weight. I think she's found her weight. Like, she was too small for 125 against most of these girls, but at 115, I feel like she has a good size advantage here, and definitely strength advantage for the lower part, definitely. The one thing, I think lacking here was Jillian not getting the finish. She was able to drown her, do what she needed to do. So yeah, all in all, that was a good win for her. She's gonna keep it moving now. With how she's running through some of these lower girls, I think it's time for a test for Jillian to see how far she can get now. But that's what I was, telling BJ too, man. I'm like, it comes down to having to improve, man. Like, Jillian's not just gonna make it on her grappling alone. She's gonna have to step it up with her. She's gonna have to step it up with her. She's gonna have to step it up with her striking. Easy said G-Rob is the Manona 115. No, she ain't that big. She ain't that big in this division. I mean, who else is bigger than her? Marina's taller, but she can get bigger. Of course, Suarez is way bigger than Jillian Robertson. So she's not like the Manona size like that. No. Six, what's up, man? James said she was close to stopping her twice. Yeah, quite a number of times, right? She almost had a guillotine in the third round, almost got an armbar in the first round, and then in the second and part of the first round, you could say she had the ground and pound. She had the ground and pound as well, so she had like 3 or 4 chances to get her out of there. Her striking is actually respectable last night, so she must be working on it. Yeah, it has improved. Yeah, it has improved. I was impressed with the fact that there wasn't a lot of airstrikes. She was homing in on shots this time. Again, people say, oh, yeah, it's because Michelle slowed down. But no, like, when the shots landed, she was kind of stunning Michelle. Like, they weren't just like pecking shots. Like, she was following through. And that's why I just been saying, like, you got to be able to bring your striking up to a certain level, like at least a B minus. Like, nobody's saying you got to be an A striker, but when you at 115 with these good strikers like Yan Xiaonan, decent strikers like Amanda Ibas, and these these hard hitting strikers like Marina and Lemos, you got to step up your fundamentals with it, and hopefully she's gonna be doing that. Hopefully she's gonna be doing that in the future. But let's go ahead and say that she takes the number 14 spot, because she said she'd be willing to fight anybody from 1 through 13. She didn't really call out a name specifically. I would like, well, she already fought Ricci. I would like to see her fight. Well, Lucinda was 13. I don't really want to see Jillian just take like one step at a time like that at this point, like step by step by step. I want to see her get in there with another active, experienced fighter. I like to see her in there with the winner of Dern and Loopy, who is that's the number 7 and number 10. So if she winds up being number 14 or 13 next week, I like to see her step it up a couple spots, like as high as that. But number 9, man, Angela Hill, that would be a good test. That's a good test for Angela Hill's grappling and her submission defense. I don't know though, man. Angela Hill, her submission defense has really stepped it up. And if Angela Hill could like make it 3 rounds in a fight with her, that would prove how much that she stepped it up. But with this being Angela Hill's highest, I think this has been her highest ranking in a while, right? I think Angela Hill might be wanting to try to fight up. Because let's see, real quick, look at Angela Hill at number 9. Angela Hill, she gonna be wanting to fight up at this point at number 9, right? Because she's already beat Lupi. Um, she beat Luana Pinheiro, right? I'm sure she would fight Ricci if they threw that fight at her. Yasmin Lucinda, she would take any of those fights. But with Angela Hill getting this high, I wouldn't blame her. I wouldn't blame her for trying to get somebody like Marina or a rematch with Verna or any of these girls at some point, or even a rematch with Dern at some point. Her and Ebos never fought. But shoot, that could be a fight right there. Jillian versus Ebos. I know Ebos will move down to 115 for that fight because Ebos doesn't have anybody lined up at 125 right now. So I'm sure she would jump back down there. Shoot, gotta defend that ranking. James said, no one stretching it, but acceptable. Kayla overstretching it where it's almost unbelievable. Oh, as far as the weight, yeah. Easy said Angela Hill should be top 5. She was screwed in so many fights that she actually won. Yeah, there was quite a few. Like, actually, yeah, Angela Hill won that Claudia fight way back. She beat Claudia, in my opinion. She had beat Michelle Waterson like 4 years ago. Those are just two off top. Any of them decisions, any of them close decisions, it could have gone either way. I thought the Amanda Lemos fight, it wasn't a robbery. If you felt like Angela Hill won, fine. But I thought Lemos did enough to win that one. That was a close fight that people could argue. Yeah, you could argue that. But yeah, there was a number of times way back. Yeah, Claudia, I remember she dropped Claudia in that one fight too. That was a fight right there. So she had lost 2 in a row, that Claudia and Michelle fight in the same year. Those were 2 fights I thought, yeah, she had won. She could have been in the top 5 by now. But yeah, I think, yeah, at this point, yeah, Jillian, if she calls for Angela Hill, that would be fine for her, but we'll see how that works out. But yeah, Michelle calling it a day, very much needed, very much needed at this point. She's finishing her record with 18 wins, 13 losses. 5 of those 13 losses came all back to back. She's fought everybody from Carla, Joanna, Angela, Marina twice, Alemos, Felice Herrig, Rose, Tisha, Paige, all the way back to Angela Magana in that Ultimate Fighter. So yeah, been in the UFC 8 years? Because she debuted against Paige Van Zandt, or no, she debuted against Angela Magana, 2015. So yeah, 9-year career in the UFC. Let's see what she finished it as. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 6 wins, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6 wins and 10 losses, though. Woo. But that's how it goes. I mean, she fought everybody. She fought everybody she could. The only fighter we never saw her fight was Wei Li or Jessica Andrade. But yeah, she has fought Joanna, Rose, Carla. Number of champions, number of contenders. And sometimes people say she was a little bit undersized, but she did what she had to do. She could always beat that certain level of fighter, like Felice Paige and Courtney Casey. Girls like that. Just so where she was. She was that kind of 3rd tier level fighter, but there's a purpose for every fighter in the game, man. Like some come champions, some don't. I don't knock her for that. She was still a warrior. So yeah, shout out to Michelle Waterson. Marcus said the most logical to give Jillian is Luana Pinheiro since she's coming off a 2-fight losing streak, or Ebos. Yeah, I like the Ebos fight. I like that one. Luana Pinheiro, yeah, definitely. Yeah, Luana Pinheiro would be a good fight. Get her in there, and because yeah, like I said, I think Luana Pinheiro is kind of ranked high for. She got kind of ranked high for some of the wins that she's gotten. And I actually think Jillian is a little bit more well-rounded than Lana Pinheiro. I won't say a little bit. I think she is, and she's a lot more focused. And I think, yeah, Jillian could get the job done. That would be a good fight for her. That would be a good fight for her. Unless they trying to give Luana somebody unranked at the moment, but nah, she got to get it, man. Like Luana Pinheiro, they put her up there this high. That's as low as she can go. That would probably be a good one for her. Donovan. Oh, Donovan, what's up, man? Oh, Easy said Lamos is old. I don't see her getting another shot. It's possible. It is possible. With the way the division looks right now, I think it could be possible. She's lined up against Verna. It all depends on how she looks against Verna Jandiroba. She beat Verna Jandiroba. I mean, it's not like she's ranked 8 or 9. She's in the top 5. So I think it's still possible for her. Some of these fights are going to be run backs anyway, and who knows if Whaley moves up to 125, it could always happen. James said, "What is Jillian Robertson's ceiling? Top 5?" I think right now, I think Jillian could probably reach top. I'm gonna say top 7. With the way of the division right now, and some of these newcomers that are still a little green, I think James, I think Jillian could probably get top 7 as of right now. If she was able to fight Angela Hill and maybe finish Angela Hill, um, to make me think she could get top 5, I think she would have to do something like almost groundbreaking against like a Dern or a Loopy. Like she's got to outclass them to make me say, okay, let's see her move on up now. Or even like get Marina out of there. And like she fought Marina Rodriguez. Then I feel like, okay, that's the way that she could probably get in there. Yeah, even like beating like Ebos, that might make me say, okay, Jillian has the potential to get top 5. But right now, I can see her reaching top 7 with 115 and how she's moving. But um, let's see her in there with somebody like Pinheiro first. Easy said I give her E-Boss, but that's just me with the promoter cap on wanting to push G-Rob. Yeah, any of those fights would be good. James said Lamos, Marina, the other grappler girl. Who else is top 5 right now? Well, you got Lamos, you got Marina, you got Verna, Jan Janan, and of course, Whaley is the champion, right? And I think Andrade is still Tatiana. So how I miss Tatiana? Yeah, it goes Tatiana. I'm just doing this off of memory. It goes Tatiana, Jan Janan, Verna, Lamos, and Andrade, right? Hold on, let me pull the rankings back up. I was just doing that off of memory. Yeah, Suarez, Jan Janan, Lemos, Andrade, and then Verna. So Andrade is actually still number 4 at strawweight. And then, of course, you got the champion. So, yeah, those are the top 5s under the champion right now. So, yeah, with the way it looks, yeah, definitely easy. I think with Lemos being number 3, she could get her, if she was able to beat Verna, she could get her way back into a championship fight, maybe. She's not too far. Yeah, Andrade is kind of ranked high for 115 right now. I mean, who did she beat? She beat Mackenzie Dern, right? Now she's about to move up and fight Natalia Silva. She's about to go back up to 125 and fight Natalia Silva. So we'll see about that. But yeah, Jillian's got she's got some options right now. Things look good for her versus how things were at 125. I definitely think she has potential to get ranked a little bit higher. But yeah, James, I think top 5 would be a little bit high for Jillian right now. I still got to see a few more things for her. Still got to see a little bit more. All right. Moving on here real quick. Let's see. Boom, man. This was crazy, man. This fight. This this fight was turning into a banger too. I mean, the way it ended definitely ended well for Macy Chiasson. I definitely felt like she was on her way to doing some serious damage. Even if the fight had played out, I think she was on her way to a stoppage. I was picking Macy by potential stoppage, maybe from like a distance. I thought she would have played more the rangy fighter, but it seemed like Macy was in the first round was having trouble finding her range, and she had she's got a long reach. So I thought maybe she would have kept Buena Silva at bay a little bit more, but Buena Silva, she was finding her target in the first round. I ain't gonna lie, Buena Silva, she was landing some good shots, and I gave her the first round. I clearly gave Buena Silva, I won't say clearly, but things were going in her favor throughout the round. But it was towards the end of the round where she started to fade, and that's where Macy did come on stronger. But I thought Buena Silva had a good strategy as far as attacking the head and body. But like I said, to me, Buena Silva looking for a finish in the first round wasn't very wise. She should have been striking to either take down, land a few strikes and maybe trip up Macy, but not try to pull her down. Because I don't know if y'all missed it, but I saw one point when the Silva kind of gassed herself out even more when she tried to pull Macy down. Like she was laying on her and she was trying to pull. And Macy's huge, man. Like even when Macy dropping down to 135, she's still a big woman, like 5'11" and just all around big. So when Buena Silva was like hanging on to her, trying to pull her, I don't know if she was resting, but it looked like she was trying to take her down by pulling her down, and that wasn't going to happen. And when Macy was getting hit with some big shots, but she was taking a lot of those shots. It looked like she might have got shook by a few of them just because they were coming so fast. They were coming from all angles. Buena Silva throwing from different angles here, body, head. I think that just kind of woke Macy up a little bit. But yeah, I don't think Macy was ever like in trouble. But when Macy started hitting her back, she started going on the back foot. One thing I wanted to see Macy do more was land the knees, but Buena Silva was landing more knees to the body, James said you saw how tired MBS looked when the ref told her to stand up. Yeah, she looked tired there too, man. Like I saw that look in her eye. And yeah, she was trying to get in some time on her back. But nah, man, that wasn't going to work. Easy said, I knew Myra Buena Silva was a dummy when I heard her speak. Wow. Man. I mean, look, she did make some awful choices. Like, she's got the offense. Like, that's the thing about Buena Silva. Like, Buena Silva's got the offense. And her strength and the pop she has on her punches carried up the 135. She's not a knockout puncher. Buena Silva's not a knockout puncher, but she can get your respect. But she went in here trying to throw everything she had on Macy Chiasson. And Macy, again, too durable. Too durable. Like, you got to come with some speed and, like, big natural size. Like, Norma Dumont rocked Macy in that fight. You know why? Because they were featherweights. She was in there with a featherweight. Even Rocky Pennington stunned Macy a little bit because they were at featherweight. But you fighting somebody moving up 125, 135, and this girl that much bigger than you. Nah, man, like you ain't gonna knock this girl out. James said, I think Macy's got some mental toughness. Yeah, she do. Like I believe that Macy Chiasson got a lot of mental toughness. Like she's been through a lot of wars, even on the lower part, facing other things outside of the cage. I think Macy's tough. I think she is tough. I think even in that Irene Aldana fight, that was a fight that could have went in her favor, but free heel kick and boom. Ravioli said Macy came out that round with urgency. Yeah, and I was glad she did. Like you could see the difference in strength too. Like Myra Buena Silva was strong in the first round, but she faded. Couldn't even get a takedown like that, Macy Chiasson kind of let Silva gas herself out. But yeah, in the second round, Macy went straight for that takedown and boom. She showed you like, all right, I'm bigger and I'm stronger. And when she was in that guard, she made sure that she was in that position to avoid armbar. Well, the armbar was never really. I don't think it was really going to be there because again, Macy, they have defended. They prepared themselves for that. Her ground game has been getting better. But when Macy dropped that elbow, that was all she wrote, man. Like, I can't even get mad at that point. I wanted, me being selfish, I wanted to see a longer fight. Of course, I think we all did. We all wanted to see somebody get starched. But hey, an elbow to the face, if it don't knock you out and it just cuts you real bad, that's still a TKO. That's still a TKO. Like, it might have been, like I said, a little unsatisfying because there wasn't that climax. But for the fighter, hey, I'm sure, yeah, Macy will take that all day. That counts as a finish. It was a performance of the night for her. It was still a fight, yeah, that had a few questions. Like, I believe even after the fight, post fight, Macy said, yeah, she felt like there was still some questions that needed to be answered. And yeah, I feel like there was too, but a win is a win, as long as it wasn't no draw or split decision Macy's way, she showed that she still got some fierce elbows. And I would take it too. Shoot, if I got the accuracy and sharp elbows to cut somebody, shoot, you cut them up. That's what you want. You land damaging shots, not just to try to knock somebody out, but to do serious damage. And when I went back and looked at this picture and the close up, I know at that point, man, if Macy just started working that part of her face, that part of her eyebrow would have just been coming off. So it was a good stoppage. What do y'all think? Good stoppage? Yes or no? Ravioli, yeah. Ravioli said cut was nasty. It was nasty. Yeah, one elbow opened her bad. Like, when she put that weight on her and she dropped that elbow, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, that's real ground and pound. Like, not a bunch of little pity pats. One fierce elbow that you can drop that heavy and do damage. Imagine what else was going to come. So I think, yeah, it was, yeah, James said legit win. Yeah, it was a legit win. TKOs come in different ways. And you hit to do damage, and you hit the hurt, you hit the cut. And yeah, Stamina said fair stoppage. Easy said, I know some pretty good cut men that should have dealt with that cut, though. Not as bad as it looked. That was the thing, too. Like, it happened in the beginning, in the midst of the round. So there really wasn't no way, right? The doctors, they were going to jump in right away. Maybe had the ref not paid too much attention and she got through the second round somehow, they probably could have, put some Vaseline up in there and got that thing right. Yeah, like if it happened into the first round, they probably could have got their hands on it quicker. The doc might have looked at it, but had they been sitting down, she probably could have gotten it looked at quicker. But with it having it at the start of the round, yeah, they weren't going to let that fly. James said, I still think ref should have let the second round play out. Still legit win, though. Yeah, part of me was saying it. Y'all heard me last night. I wanted to see it keep going because Myra Bueno Silva wanted to keep it going, right? Like, had they maybe washed some of the blood off, it was in a bad place, too. Like, maybe if it had been on the side of the head, like y'all remember in the Rose and Manon fight, it looked like a lot of blood like this, but being on the side of the head of the scalp, it's no issue. But where hers was, man, I don't think they were gonna let that play. Nikki Betts said, nah, should have been stopped. Okay. Yeah, he said legit stoppage as well. Marcus said that elbow wasn't nothing like getting hit with a red plastic cup. Yeah. That was real. James said maybe she would have stopped during the second. Yeah, she probably could have stopped during the second too. Like I said, had it played out longer, I know Macy probably been working that cut, and that probably would have really would have taken some of her face off. So yeah, good stoppage. Like I said, it was legit. Nikki said Dana said it too. Yeah, it was legit stoppage. That's what I was saying. Like last night when I'm watching it, yeah, we want to see it keep going, but I give Macy full credit for it. I give her full credit for the win because, yeah, she landed a shot. She landed a good shot. But yeah, moving forward, I know James said, what's next for Macy? Well, let's pull up the rankings again. 120, 135. So Myra Bueno Silva is number 3. Chiasson is number 7. So let's go ahead and say she's got the number 3 spot. So Macy finally breaking through at top 5. Kayla Harrison looking for a fight, right? Is it that time? Kayla Harrison? Kayla Harrison said she want to fight, right? Or, not Macy, specifically, but she said she's willing to get on that card with Rocky and Juliana that's coming up. Wow, man. Juliana Pena about to get this title shot after 2 years. Off topic. Dang, that's crazy, man. After 2 years off, do you think Pena can? That I just got to ask that question. It just popped in my mind. After 2 years off, do y'all think Pena can win the title? Do you think she can win the title back? Easy said that's what I was afraid of. Macy was gonna peel her scalp off. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, man. Like she kept on working that. If she would have went back to the stand up, she would have either been hitting her with some left hooks, or she would have been like, "Nah, I'm taking her down again, and we gonna work. We gonna work these elbows," and she would have been busting her face up. So, yeah, definitely good stoppage. 6 said nope. Easy said Kayla Harrison versus Alex Pereira is the only fight to make. Man, I really don't know what Kayla's mindset as far as like fighting other girls below her. Like I know she said she would fight the twerker, which she probably would because that would be, a good little easy win for her, tune up until she fights the champion. But we know that wouldn't be fair. Kayla can't come in here ranked number 4 trying to fight an unranked fighter. So I think if Macy is ranked number 3, she's going to be higher than Kayla. Kayla's number 4. So with her beating the number 3, who already beat Holly Holm before Kayla did, yeah, Macy's going to be in the right place at number 3. So maybe that'll be the fight to make. Kayla versus Macy on the undercard of Pena versus Pennington. Pennington versus Pena. But Ketlin Vieira versus Macy Chiasson was a fight. That was a good fight. Well, that was a matchup that was supposed to happen, but I believe Ketlin had to pull out of the fight, right? That was supposed to be back in January, right? If I remember correctly, right, Marcus? Ketlin Vieira and Macy Chiasson were supposed to fight back in January at the beginning of the year. Because I remember that was supposed to be the kickoff. That bantamweight fight plus another bantamweight fight was on the same card. I can't remember, but I remember part of it vaguely. Because I remember Macy being a little upset because that was going to be her return fight, but Ketlin pulled out. And somebody pulled out a Norma Dumont's fight. That's what it was. So I thought they were going to match up Norma and Macy at the time, but no, that didn't happen. Macy winds up having to sit out. Yeah. So they could do that fight. James said they should do Vieira, Kayla, since she called her out. Yeah. They could do that. Yeah, because she did call her out. So that might be in the works. Easy said Kayla better be willing to fight anyone right now. Can't make money sitting down. Yeah, no, you can't. Any of those, yeah, like Ketlin, that's a name that she could fight. Macy's going to be a name that she could fight in November, December. Marcus said Rocky will threaten Pena with a sub. Stammer said Pena's dog can match most of these broads, whether the rest of what she's got is good enough to topple Pennington. I can't confidently say. Right. I think, yeah, Pena's dog is higher than a lot of the girls, but I think Pennington's technique and her strategies, for the most part, or I believe she stands higher than Pena at that. Like I believe, yeah, Pennington is smarter in certain areas. Well, almost in certain areas, a lot of areas. I think Pena's recklessness is what loses her fights. Yeah, Mark said, yeah, Macy was supposed to fight Caitlin back in January. Yep, yep. Easy said, I feel like if Kayla thinks she's the one, she shouldn't mind fighting down. Yeah, yeah, what? Yeah, yeah. She doesn't mind fight. She did say she would fight Eileen Perez. I'm just sure that a lot of people wouldn't find that to be right. Right. Watch her go in there and thrash Ketlin Vieira, right? Not Ketlin Vieira, but watch her thrash Eileen Perez. But yeah, what I can take away from this fight here, I think Mayra Buena Silva's IQ is still questionable. I think that she is filled out to be a bantamweight like the rest of the other bantamweights. I mean, I still don't think Mayra Buena Silva gonna beat somebody like Kayla Harrison, but I think that her power and strength is there. I just think their IQ is just in question, man. Like, IQ and defense. Her defense has always been in question. She just go in there and get hit by girls. Even at 125, she was doing that. Still that shoot box style, come forward and blast her offense off, hoping that's enough defense. But nah, man, like that's her issues. So things turned out was smooth, but now she's got a little bit higher. Things are getting a little bit ugly here. She's got a no contest against Holly, lost to Rocky Pennington, got finished by Chiasson. Started off good, against the 3 lower level fighters, but maybe that just shows you that she had to kind of fight in the middle part somewhere. Maybe she needed to fight somebody like Irene Aldana or Misha Tate or Kara Rosa. Maybe she needed to fight Pani or Norma Dumont somewhere that was going to kind of test her IQ, because she jumped up so high with some of these other veterans and kind of gassed herself out. James said Mayra Buena Silva not champ material, unfortunately. Yeah, no, she's not. It's showing now. A lot of people were thinking she was going to go in there and win. I was like, I don't know, man. Like, y'all thought she was going to go in there and, like, just dominate and beat Rocky. I was like, I got to go with Rocky. Rocky been around too long to just succumb to Mayra Buena Silva like that. No disrespect, but I'm just saying there's levels to it. Easy said, I'd be down for Kayla fighting down, clean the division, so when she takes the belt, there won't be anyone left. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and give her and Eileen Perez a main event, right? Stamina said there's no good reason for one of the newest entries to the division to not fight most of the ones she meets there, especially someone as unproven overall as Kayla. Yeah. See, that's what I've been saying. Someone unproven overall as Kayla. Like, everybody was ready to see Kayla get a title shot after beating Holly. I was like, man, I want to see her fight some people, fight some other people. But everybody just want to get rid of Rocky as champion. Just because they don't like Rocky, they want to see Kayla get the shot. But I'm like, oh, let's see her fight some other people, man. Easy says she's bringing Amanda back if she cleaned up at 135. Dana might even sign Cyborg again for big money. Mark said one question that remains is who can beat Kayla at bantamweight at the moment. Really, man, like when you look at it, who can beat her? I don't see too many people that are on her level, like physically, that are physically and athletically gifted like her. And that's why it's the perfect time for her to be in this division. Next to that question, though, is how long can Kayla make weight? Like, will making 135 affect her next few performances too? That's a big question. Will she be able to look like will she be able to perform like she did at 155 or even 145 in her next few bantamweight fights? Because you see her now, like how she's blowing up now, even during her off time. She's gonna be cutting down about 40, 50 pounds. So we have to see how that plays out as well. Like, she's I would say probably the biggest and the strongest right now. But when cutting down to 135, how's that going to affect consistent number of performances too? personally, yeah, I don't really think Amanda needs to come back for that fight. I don't think she does. All right, so yeah, that was all we had for the WMMA fights, but you know they were good, decent fights. They brought some action. I wasn't disappointed like that. I mean, victory came for Chiasson, and that's who I was rocking with. Oh yeah, some other highlights from the card, man. That Peyton Talbot fight versus Giannis Gamori, 19-second knockout, man. Peyton Talbot 9-0. He's somebody to look out for at bantamweight. I mean, that one there, man. When that, did y'all see that? Were y'all in it? Well, yeah, most of y'all were in there. Y'all were in the chat. Did you see that knockout? Easy, man. Peyton Talbot, Gamori. That was a crazy knockout. Then we got that. Oh man, then that Jordan Silva knockout. Silva, man. That Silva Jordan one, man. At first, like Jordan looked like he was getting into the fight with his kicks in that first round. But as soon as Silva started putting it together, man, what he dropped that was a left hook that dropped him, right? A Jordan being longer, I don't know why he was rushing into the pocket. He got caught with that left hook, man. That was sick. So I would say my favorite fights was a Peyton Talbot knockout, Gene Silva knockout, that Joe Pyfer knockout over Barrialt. Man, that uppercut in the first round that laid him at, oh man, Pyfer Barrialt. The prelims actually brought it, man. The prelims was actually like, yeah, man. Prelims was probably the action. Those three finishes, man. We was moving fast with those. Oh man, the stinker though was Gary Page, man. Gary and MVP, that fight was a stinker, man. I ain't even gonna lie, that fight was a stinker. Yeah, Gary did what he had to do, like I said last night. You know, he had to showcase his grappling, but without him being able to get a solid finish or even like land ground and pound, I mean, I wasn't impressed with it like that. I mean, yeah, he did get the victory, but at the same time, no. Could have been a little bit more action in there. I would Smith and the Lidze, they kind of came to spar, you know what I mean? Like they really weren't trying to go at it like each other. They were a little too friendly in there. Dan Ige, Diego Lopez, I gotta say, I gotta give a lot of credit to Dan Ige, man. He looked like he was about to finish Lopez a couple of times. That fight was okay. I mean, the big finish, Pereira, Proska, of course, that fight was definitely a highlight knockout. On the main card, yeah, I would say Chiasson and of course Pereira. Those are my favorites. But that prelim, yeah, the prelims is it. Those were it. Those fights were it. Worst fight was Gary versus MVP, hands down. Gary versus MVP was the worst fight, man. James said MVP is good one place and ducks everywhere else. Not a real MMA fighter. Sucks. Dang. Easy said, I like this pick you got up now. Sports photography is amazing. Oh yeah, man. You know what my other favorite picks are, right? Easy. Marcus, he know. Y'all know them pictures I was posting last year for like favorite pictures. I was using them a lot too. I don't think I still have them saved on this. Yeah, I love sports photography, man. Like, especially like when you catch somebody punched flush in the face. You know what pictures I'm talking about. Dang, I don't have them up here anymore. Hold on. Where are they? I don't think I have those pictures up here anymore. Let me see. I mean, yeah, this picture catches like, of course, the disappointment, emotion in the fight, and just look the rawness too. You know, that blood. Like, yeah, I love sports photography, man. I wish I could have got into that. I mean, it's never too late, but yeah, that's something I'd love to do. James said, "Good that your girl is training. She's gonna need it." Oh, he know what picture I'm talking about. Stamina said, I think the Delisa Smith fight was some old bull. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was. There was bull skating up in there, man. I was not feeling that fight. I was not feeling that fight. I understand y'all was on short notice. Y'all was gassing, but y'all needed to do something. Y'all needed to earn that 50,000 or whatever y'all were coming to do, man. I wasn't impressed. But Dan Ige, man, he looked like he just woke up. Dan Ige looked like he just woke up, and Dana would say, can you fill in? Yeah, I'm like, I'm close to weight. Yeah, I'll be there. He weighed in 164. The catch weight was 165. Yeah, Dan Ige weighed in. Got, looked like he just got dressed, drove on down there. Was like, all right, what I got to do? It's like we get called in to work because somebody called out sick. That's how Dan Ige showed up. And I hope he got a good, solid payment for that, man. Shout out to Dan Ige. And he put up a good fight, man. Like, he showed us some things, man. Like, he was a danger to Diego Lopez in there, man. Paul, what's going on? He said, just got here. What's happening? Oh, man, just talking about the card as a whole. We already talked about the women's fights. Marcus said MVP's issues are with wrestlers. Yes. And had Gary not stepped up his grappling, he probably would have got knocked out. But yeah, working with Oliveira has paid off for Ian Gary because he used it. He uses takedowns. He uses grappling skills to the best of his ability. Mark said Anthony Smith caused me to miss out the rest of the fight. Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I was laying back when I was calling that fight with y'all. I was zoning out. James said, can't believe good old Prez had to cheer you on to pick your girl. Our level of dedication is not the same. Whatever, man. You ain't have to cheer me on. You already know, man. I already told you what was gonna happen, man. Ravioli, okay. Ravioli said MVP's really good at one trick. Yeah, that's about it. And even he knew it, man, because he wasn't even setting up. He wasn't even setting up his knockout, man. Like, he was not setting up his knockout. Like, just kept swinging wild, and then boom, he get taken down. Why was? Yeah, I saw that, Paul. Like, I meant to look into that. Why was Diego Lopez touching his neck every 3 seconds? Like, let's see, man. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. I'm looking it up. Why was he touching his neck? Did anybody ever address that? Was it like a kick? Did he catch a kick or a finger like poke to the throat or something? Yeah, I don't know, Paul. I don't see anything. Anybody else know why he was touching his neck? Because yeah, I saw it. I caught it a couple of times. I just, they never really revisited that. Like, I don't know if he talked about it in the press conference. Maybe I have to look, and I'll fill y'all in later. Yeah, he gave a G, man. All right, Paul, what do you think, man? Who does Macy Chiasson fight next, and who does Jillian Robertson fight next? All right, before I go, yeah, that's the last question I'll ask y'all. Who's next for Macy? Who's next for G-Rob? Ige took that fight on the spot. Yeah, man. Ige took that fight on the spot, man. Like, that's probably like one of the quickest late replacements we've seen in a while, right? I mean, dude could have been shopping at Target or Walmart with his kid, and when they called him up and he said, "Hey, can you show up to fight?" He'd be like, "Yeah, let me ring this stuff up real quick and drop the family off, and boom, I'll be there." Right? It could have been something as sudden as that. Robot said, "Yo, combo Alex was too much. The Yuri No, scratches are still sad. Oh man, yeah. Let's talk about the main event here real quick. I know it was really quick, man. I was going for Yuri. I was definitely going for Yuri, man. But I think that we all know when you get down to the fight, reality sets in, and when you put these two styles together, like I said at the beginning of the stream, Alex is going to. This fight's never going to go the distance, and 9 out of 10 times 9.99999 out of 10 times, Alex is probably going to stop Yuri because, Yuri's not going to come in there with too much of a technical mindset. And it was evidence. I mean, evident in the first round. Like, he didn't have an answer for some of those leg kicks he was eating. He didn't have an answer for the left hook or even the jab. Still leading with his head. Still leading with his head like that. I'm like, what are you doing, man? Like, these are things you should have fixed from the first fight. And then the proof was right there at the end of the buzzer, man. In the first round, he gets dropped, with that left hook. And he didn't, in his mind, wasn't clear enough to say, okay, let me maybe throw my hands up here and maybe try to come with more of an inside game. I gotta get on the inside and stop fighting from the outside. What does he do? He go further on the outside, and at what like 10 seconds deep, wasn't even that, like 10 seconds deep in the second round, and eats a head kick and gets knocked out. So Yuri, always entertaining, unorthodox, and that unpredictability of him makes him exciting. But when you fight somebody that's like a technical monster and somebody with the hands and the strength at this weight of Alex, I mean, you can't really fight that type of style. Just like even Jamal Hill, like I think even Jamal Hill like had been 100%. Jamal Hill, he come with more of a just barn burning type of style. He's a banger, but if you come at Alex that wrong way, just like you see whenever these wild street fighters fight, when you see these wild street fighters on like out on the street trying to take on like a real professional fighter and they get laid out with one punch, that's what it looks like in these situations here because, Alex is going to stick to a game plan. Alex is going to stick to a game plan. This is it's life and death for Alex. It's a sport. And it's a sport for all of them, but like the way he approaches with his technique is different than a lot of these light heavyweights. Some of the ones he's been fighting. But yeah, Ankalaev, I think that's going to be a big test because I think his style is going to be a little bit more of I won't say full on kryptonite, but he'll be able to get in there and do some things that these other guys won't because of his timing and his cautiousness. Robot said Yuri is too wild. Yeah, too wild. Like I said, just too unstable. And that's what made me a fan of him. That's why I love that style of his. But when I had to look at this, I said, man, I don't know if you're gonna be able to do it. Justin Statham gets cash. What's up, man? He said Ige said he was getting massage when they called him. Oh, okay. So Ige was getting a massage. Okay. Hey, he was out there having. That's what probably had him relaxed. Ige was relaxed when he came into the fight. He was getting that massage done and called him. He was like, oh, yeah, I'm ready to go. He was probably, thinking about fighting at the time and already picturing himself in a war. But yeah, that's what's up. James said, Yuri always has my respect. Yeah, always will. Marcus said, let's see Luana get submitted in BJJ. Let's see Luana get submitted in BJJ. Got knocked out by Ebos. Bout submitted by Jillian Robertson. I don't like Luana chances against G-Rob. Yeah. No, I don't either. And she almost pretty much got outstruck by Michelle Waterson too. Like lost the decision, but they just didn't get that to her. Okay, Ravioli said Luana Pinheiro and Jillian. Okay, James said Chiasson Vieira. If Kayla doesn't take it, Macy, Kayla is cool too. Paul said, wish I had good answers. I got to look at the rankings. Chiasson Vieira is a good fight, Ravioli said. Okay. 6 said Alex was too much for Yuri. Yeah. Easy said, did you see that stare off in the cage between Alex and Yuri? I knew Yuri was cooked then. I think he knew it too. Yeah. The stare down in the cage. I think at that point, yeah, he was probably like, all right, let's see what we can do. Or he was like, how long is this going to take? Because he didn't really come with like a full on game plan, man. Like, that's why I got to give Izzy credit for, man. Izzy got finished by Alex in the first fight, but even in that first fight, he was able to get in and hurt him. But he came back, knocked him out in the second fight. Came with a game plan. He didn't just bow down, lie down. Justin said Alex is a monster at 205. Should have been at 205 the whole time. Yeah, light heavyweight seems to be his home as of now. 6 said Yuri was cooked once he saw Alex in the red war paint. He knew at that point he was game, right? He was Hunter and he was game. Also, Alex is more durable at 205. Yeah, I think so. I think his strength is there. Durability is there. I think his punch resistance is there. I mean, the chin can only be conditioned so much. Like, I still think people can get in on that chin, but yeah, I think overall his durability is there. Strength, even his cardio, but the power definitely there. Sandeep, what's up? He said Alex will KO Magomed with leg kicks. I can see Alex knocking out Aspinall. Izzy was so ready for Alex to go to light heavyweight. Yeah, whenever he finished in that second time, he was probably thinking like, do I got to do this a third time? But Alex, he was probably like, I got to go, man. I'm moving up here, man. What about Jan Blachowicz? Y'all think he ever got a chance of doing anything? He was talking junk at one point. Jan is still number 4. Yeah, Ankalev. Let me see. Dang, Johnny Walker's still number 7. Man, I can't believe it. Anthony Smith, he was still number 10, though. Dominic Reyes, he's number 13. He won his last fight. Let's see let's see if he can make a comeback. But dang, man, Anthony Smith, that was kind of a shocker. Anthony Smith, when we looked last night, he was number 10, right? Aspinall also always leaves his head hanging like Yuri. Pavlovich did catch him. Pavlovich did catch Aspinall at one point in the fight. I mean, he didn't get him solid and clean, but Aspinall's speed, I think Aspinall's speed could be a problem for Alex. So we'll see. Justin said, in your opinion, how does Izzy versus Alex go at 205? I believe Alex sleeps him easy at 205. I would go with Alex at 205. Now, if Izzy and Alex do it a third time at middleweight, I would go with Izzy. I think the weight is a big it is a big difference. Like, some people say, oh no, it's because Alex is a boogeyman to Izzy. No, like, I think Izzy at middleweight against Alex, it'll always be some level of competitiveness, but I still think that's where Izzy thrives more. But at 205, I would go with Alex. I would go with Alex there because I still don't think Izzy's that solid at light heavyweight. I mean, even whenever, he fought Blachowicz, like, I didn't really feel like he was sturdy there. Like, I know in that fight it was more of a wrestling type of he was fighting a wrestler. He was fighting somebody that was not really going to bring that type of power. But Alex was connecting on Izzy in all those fights at middleweight. So when Alex connects on Izzy's chin at 205 at that weight, yeah, I would go with Alex at light heavy for sure. Ravioli said Jan did decent against Alex. He was too nervous on the feet. Yeah. He did. He did a little better than I most anticipated. But yeah, that was his style. That style, I think, is what gives Alex trouble. He got to fight some guys who can kind of get into his chest. Those guys who can throw hooks and keep him on his back foot, keep him on the back, keep his back to the cage. Because yeah, I still think Alex is really susceptible to a good left hook. I think he can be hurt by those shots, or he doesn't really protect those shots well. Sometimes when he tries to paw shots back, or kind of extend his hands, he leaves that chin wide open. Six, I'm not impressed. Aspinall still reminds me of Dominic Reyes. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if he beats Aspinall easy, man. Like, if he doesn't, if Alex doesn't connect right away, it's going to be an interesting fight. Like, if he doesn't connect right away, I still think Aspinall's speed will give him problems. Y'all forgot, like, Alex, he can still be hit, and this is heavyweight. Heavyweight. I know 205 big, but heavyweight is still a different game, man. Like, I still give him a chance, man. Marcus said Yasmin Jauregui versus Eduardo Moore is a fight I don't mind seeing. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that fight. That's not a bad fight. I think I would have to favor Jauregui in that fight too, Marcus, big time. Like, I think Jauregui's combinations could be some issues. Yeah, I think I would favor Jauregui if they tighten up on their distance management and so on. I think I would favor Jauregui in that fight. Tom Aspinall ain't gonna be an easy fight. I don't think that's gonna be an easy fight. Yeah, 205 to heavyweight, that's the biggest jump in any class. So yeah, you got to think about what type of power you're gonna be dealing with. Paul said I'll take Aspinall. Yeah, some keep telling me to lean towards Aspinall for that one. Like, I don't know. Alex seemed a little too stiff for Aspinall, man. Like, I think Aspinall's movement gonna be a problem for him. Like, if they fought. Shoot, I think Cyril Gahn. I think Cyril Gahn would beat Alex, man. Like, why are we not even talking about him, man? Let's even match him up against like somebody like Cyril Gahn. Cyril Gahn got those good rangy kicks, But yeah, I still think Aspinall would I'd have to lean toward Aspinall, man. I think taking like one of Pavlovich's shots and being able to recover and just kind of be slick and fast at that weight. Like, he's big and he's fast. Like, first of all, with two things right there, Alex ain't fought anybody that big and that fast. So you're gonna be facing somebody bigger and faster, and that can clock you. Sandeep said, I agree with you. Aspinall is big, fast, has really good ground game, has power in his hands. Yeah. Yeah. Justin said, if Tom does fight Alex, he better keep that chin tucked. He keeps it too high. Yep. If Aspinall gets caught with that hook, though, night. Yeah, if Aspinall gets caught with the hook, but same thing can be said for Alex. If Alex get caught with Aspinall throwing a hook or throwing, a good two-piece, he put him down. Or if he hits him and he gets him in a clinch, he gets him down, Alex could be in trouble on his back. Easy said, he food. No, man, Cyril Gahn, come on, man. Cyril Gahn got a chance against Aspinall. Not Aspinall, but against Alex. Sandeep said Alex versus Jones. Man, Jones just been chilling though, man. Like, timing is everything, man, and it might be the perfect time for Alex to get John in there now, man. Yeah, his striking ain't to be messed with, Ravioli. That's what I'm saying. Like, if Alex Pereira want to fight somebody that's not going to wrestle with him, Cyril Gahn is a guy. Like, that's going to be a good stand-up fight. Orlovsky was catching Aspinall. Alex can catch him. I'm telling you. Yeah, But you got to think, man, guys improve. If he's able to improve, yeah, anybody can get caught. Anybody can get caught. But it's in this type of fight, it's gonna be who catches who first too. And you got to think, Aspinall, he's a big guy. Like if Aspinall can knock him out too. Like Aspinall catches him, Alex could be out. This is heavyweight. That's how it is with heavyweight. Everybody got a game plan until they get hit and they just laying there. Then they like, oh dang, where am I? You move up to heavyweight and you get hit one time and you just laying there and you like all that game plan out the door. You used to see that in boxing. Guys move up heavyweight from cruiserweight or light heavyweight, and when they eat one of them heavyweight punches, they gone. Yeah, you could have caught somebody, but hey, it all comes down to who catches who first too. But I think Aspinall, he's got the goods to. I think he's got the goods. Like Alex is gonna use timing and power and his IQ, but Aspinall, he's got the conditioning, the speed, the power, and just that movement too that could give Alex trouble. Definitely one we need to see though. I think at some point I would like to see Alex at heavyweight, but I'm not buying him becoming champ there. I can't go for that. No, I can't either, man. Like I said, light heavyweight, middleweight again, maybe, but heavyweight, it's just a different beast, man. It's just a different beast. But on that note, y'all, I gotta go. I'm gonna get up off of here. Have fun chatting with y'all. Like always, some of y'all new people, good to see y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe if you haven't. Maybe there's been a lot of men's fights that's been picking up. Maybe I need to start talking more about them. Maybe I just need to do another channel for the men. Another overall MMA channel, because there's been a lot of good fights over here as of lately. I mean, it sucks some of them got canceled, but yeah, Sandeep says same here, buddy. Oh yeah, appreciate that, man. Yeah. Let me see. What do we got next weekend? We ain't got nothing next weekend, right? No, we ain't got nothing till July 13th, y'all, for the next couple weeks till the Rose and Cortez card. Who's on that? Drew Dauber and Mike Davis, Santiago and Muslim. Yeah, Macy Barber's out. Rujo and Jasmine. We'll see how that card rounds out. But yeah, over the next week or so, we don't have much going on, y'all. Sandeep said you're doing a good job, brother. Have a good day ahead. Take care. All right, you too, man. I appreciate that. Thanks. Robot said not a bad idea. Yeah, I mean, there's been some good fights. I mean, we could do that. Easy said I always got baseball though. Yeah. MMA and boxing, that's all I got. Maybe karate. I got to get into karate though. Maybe jiu-jitsu. Overall, it's separate disciplines. I don't watch them like that, except boxing, except mixed martial arts and boxing. Wow, look at James talking junk, man. James said press forces you to stop talking about lame WMMA at lower level and switch to real fights. Look, y'all gonna take that, man. Y'all gonna take that. I already know what James. Y'all gonna take that. He talking about WMMA is at a lower level. Yet he over here talking. He's always over here though. Look at that, man. Yeah, Marcus. Baseball is more fun to play than it is watching it. It is. Yeah, I might have to take his wrench for that. I gotta punish you just for now, man. Baseball, I got just for a day or two. But look, you got to get punished. You got to get punished. You got to get punished. I told you I was a teacher, and you got to get punished. Robot Chicken said, "Why does James have a wrench? He ain't getting blocked, but yeah, I'm gonna take that wrench and fix your fix my sink with it." Justin said Curtis Blades might mess around and beat Tom Nick. Oh yeah, yeah. What are we talking about here? Yeah, man. Like, thank you, Justin. I forgot about that. That's not an easy fight. We forgot about that, man. Curtis and Tom. How we gonna overlook Curtis, man? Shout out to Curtis Blades too. He gave, he was on BJ's channel, No Filter MMA, man. Yes, definitely Curtis Blades. Shout out to Curtis Blades. Yeah, BJ be having him on his channel, man. Curtis Blades, and I ain't gonna lie, man, that Curtis Blades Almeida knockout, it kind of made me not laugh, but it's just like brutal because it was like so simple, but so many people overlook it, like how he did it. He comes diving in and he just starts hammer fisting him, and then boom, he out. Joe Rogan thought it was like an uppercut, but no, it wasn't no uppercut. All he did was simply hammer that head until he shut off. James said BJ had him on. Yeah, he did. He had him on, I believe, a couple of times. He's been on the show a few times. Blades, he got that 80-something inch reach too. He been working on his striking. Yeah, man. That's not an easy fight. Blades could drown him. Francis abused Blades, yeah. I don't think Aspinall would do the same though, but hope everything's going all right with Francis Ngannou though, man, with his son. But oh man, y'all hear about Roy Jones too, man? Condolences to Roy Jones family, man. Like Roy Jones' son, y'all heard about that, the suicide issue there, man. Sad, man. All right, James, take it easy, man. John Jones can't stay out of jail long enough to be trained for a fight. He just show up every once in a while, man. Man, we get hurricane season more than John Jones, man. It's crazy. I get snow out my way more than a John Jones fight. And I haven't had snow in a couple years. Yeah, man. It's Roy Jones, man. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, that was crazy. It was like a couple weeks ago now. All right, y'all, but it's starting to storm out my way. We need some storms too. We need some storms out here. So need to cool this temperature down. It's been almost 100 out my way, man. So yeah, on that note, y'all, I'm getting up out of here. Easy said, was that the son that boxed? What's his name? I'm not sure if it was the son that boxed. It's not the son that boxed, I don't think. DeAndre? Yeah, DeAndre. It was his son, DeAndre. I'm not sure. DeAndre didn't box, right? Yeah, he said his son took his own life, man. Because there's Roy. I remember he has a son named after him, Roy the Third, and he has another son, and then he has DeAndre. There's like 3 of them, but I'm not sure if this is the one that boxed though. He was in his 30s. But yeah, that's sad, man. All right, Stamina, take care, man. Peace out. James, I'm getting up out of here. All right, y'all. Yeah, James said he didn't hear about that. Oh, you heard about the death, but didn't know it was suicide. Yeah, it was suicide, man. Yeah. So he took his own life. Yeah. All right, but I'm out, y'all. Easy, go watch that Teofimo fight tonight. Go back and watch Teofimo versus Claggett, y'all. I'm sure y'all gonna enjoy that. I'm out. Peace.